This is my Kirby Diamond Edition, and I think mine was built in 2005. I'm not quite sure. I did buy mine on Craigslist. Craigslist is a great avenue to get your Kirby if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a vacuum. My Kirby on Craigslist was $150. Now, it didn't come with all of the attachments that are available, and I did have to replace the bag and replace the belt, but it's still hundreds of dollars cheaper. The Kirby comes with HEPA filter bags, and I like to replace my bags every 1 to 3 months because I do vacuum a lot, and I have a dog and 4 kids. The Kirby is made out of aluminum, so it's a very heavy built vacuum, but it will last you a long time because there aren't as many plastic parts to break on you. The brush roll is wood, as you can see, and it's adjustable. When the bristles wear down, you can move your brush down. It's got 3 settings. It comes with a belt, and you should change your belt every 1 to 3 months. You can easily find them online. I bought mine on eBay. This vacuum comes with a transmission, and that's what makes this vacuum basically drive itself. It's so easy to push. To change the belt, all you have to do is lift up the cap and it'll have instructions right there for you to follow. It's really easy. I should probably polish my Kirby, but I really don't have the time. It is a beautiful vacuum when it's nice and shiny and polished. And I like the fact that I don't really have to be super careful with it because it is a very sturdy vacuum and the metal isn't going to crack and fall apart easily. The Kirby has really earned its name because these vacuums really do last a long time. When I was looking for my vacuum on Craigslist, I had looked at vacuums that were 15 years old and they were still running great and amazing as long as they're maintained. Now, a downside of the Kirby is the weight. I have 3 levels in my house, including the basement, and it's just not realistic for me to lug this thing up and down all the stairs. And I find that it was really difficult to use the hose to vacuum my stairs, and it didn't do as good of a job. But the biggest thing for me was the weight. I hated my last vacuum because it was such a pain to lug up and down stairs, and I can see how that would get old with the Kirby. But if you're on a single story house, then the Kirby is probably the best vacuum. So here's all the oatmeal I scattered on my ground. I have carpet and a baby, so it's very messy. I'll show you guys how this Kirby works. You don't have to pull anything down on the Kirby, you just pull it back. So here's how you turn it on. There's an on-off switch, and right now it's in neutral. I'm going to want to turn it on and then press the drive pedal. As you can see, the Kirby's doing a great job picking up all of this oatmeal all over my floor. It may leave 1 or 2 pieces here or there, but it's easy enough to go over it. And this thing basically drives itself. It's so easy to push. I know it's hard for you to see it unless you try it, but I'm hardly pushing this thing at all. If you find that your Kirby isn't really sucking up things as well, you may want to look at the belt. Your belt may need to be changed, your bag may need to be changed, or your Kirby just might need a new brush, or the brush might need to be adjusted, moved down more. The Kirby also has a very unique feature, which is the height of the brush. You can raise it up off the floor, which I like to do when I'm vacuuming something hard, or push it all the way down to the floor to really get into the carpet. I like to vacuum my carpet as far down as the Kirby will go because I do have lots of animal hair that the Kirby will just pick up perfectly if it's at that setting. So my Kirby did come with the hose. It didn't come with the shampooer or some of the other attachments, but what it did come with is basically all I need. I probably won't use any of the Kirby attachments because I do own my Shark, which I do love, and it is my primary vacuum. This is how you would attach a hose, and it's very simple, but it is hard and cumbersome to vacuum with the hose when it's connected to that heavy, heavy vacuum. But with the Kirby, you know it's working. If everything is maintained on it and cleaned and in its place, this vacuum is a workhorse and it really has earned its good name, its good household name. So, all in all, I think the Kirby is a great vacuum. I have the best of both worlds because I own my Shark and I own a Kirby. I do not think this vacuum is worth the ridiculous price that the salespeople try and make you pay, which is around $3,000. Not worth that at all. But I do think it's worth between the 500 and 800 that you could pay for it potentially if you really haggle well. Or better yet, you can buy your Kirby on Craigslist and just make sure you have a good seller who maintained their vacuum and you can get a really good deal. We got an amazing deal on our Kirby and I love my vacuum. Well, it's because I have the Shark and I have the Kirby. There are pros and cons to each vacuum. My Shark is light, it's easy to maneuver, it's so easy to get up and down the stairs, and it vacuums the stairs very well. But my Shark is made of plastic, so my Shark is eventually going to break and I'm going to have to replace it. And that's probably going to happen within 2 or 3 years. But my Kirby, it is primarily made out of metal, and as long as I maintain it and treat it nicely, this thing is going to last me for decades.